Hello there. Well, here we are in Ashford, home of CXK, where our head office is. I just wanted to have a little bit of quick chat about apprenticeships, but in a slightly different context as to how we might normally talk about them. Now, apprenticeships we often talk about as an option for our young people to follow, as something to do, alongside all the other options that are out there. But another way that we can think about apprenticeships is as a mechanism for job advancement, but from changing from one industry to another, because they are incredibly flexible in terms of taking the skills that you got from one industry and the experience you got in one industry and popping them into another. So for example, it could be, so over here we've got lots of construction work going on behind us. You might just be able to make out some of those tower cranes out there in the background. There's lots of construction work going on, and typically construction work, very practical, very hands-on in some areas, but also you've got all the other areas involving management skills and project management and things like that. And it could be something like an apprenticeship can take you from one industry to another, where the skills are similar to what you're good at and what you enjoy and what you like doing. So typically you might have had a job, say something like in catering, being a chef or something like that, or even maybe as a hairdresser, and then you might decide, hang on a minute, I want to go and work in construction. And an apprenticeship can be a mechanism to help you transition from one industry to another. It could be other things as well. It might be that you'd like to take the NVQ only route, not just the full apprenticeship. So some people choose to do that, where they might just take the NVQ portion of an apprenticeship and do that as opposed to the full apprenticeship. This could be another option which is worth investigating. Indeed, some employers prefer that to the apprenticeship, whereas others will prefer to have you to do the full apprenticeship. If you want to find out which employers like which, it's best to go and talk to your employers. But it does lead us to my top tip for this video. When you're looking for work-based training, an apprenticeship or an NVQ or anything like that, what's really good to do is to actually go and talk to the employers, and instead of knocking on their doors and saying, I would like an apprenticeship, go and actually ask them and say, you're looking for work-based training. Now your employer will then help you if they offer work-based training that suits their needs. So for example, some employers might provide an NVQ and they will offer that as their training, and others will provide the full apprenticeship, and therefore you're more likely to get a start or an opportunity. Now the other bit that's worth pointing out to employers is information about the levy and grant system, which can be found on the government apprenticeship websites and also other websites like Amazing Apprenticeships and things like that, which help explain what the incentives are to different employers for taking an apprentice on. And this might change their mind as to whether they do something like the NVQ only route or the full apprenticeship. So there's my top tip, 2 top tips in fact. When you're going to talk to employers, ask, do you offer work-based training as opposed to just asking about apprenticeships, because this can help open doors. And secondly, think about using apprenticeships as a way to transition from one industry to another. I hope you found this helpful. All the best.